Commission had been warning us and just warned us now that this is a reality. And there's testimony of Dr. Graham and other EMP commissioners who talked about the United States losing up to 90% of its population from starvation, disease, and social collapse. This is a result of deep study by the Congressional EMP Commission, and it's not derived from a novel. And yet, that claim, that lie, keeps popping up in the press. Not a surprise here. Not a surprise here. The mainstream media doesn't do it for some reasons. But some people live in fantasy land thinking that bad things don't happen. We don't want to upset anybody. Reality is not what you wish it to be or hope it to be. Folks, reality is just that. And it's not always pretty. It's not always rosy and doesn't always have a happy ending. Why you have insurance is just for that. Now, I realize that there's people that just don't have the money to be able to buy any of these things that I talked about, and they're just living paycheck to paycheck. What can you do? Pray. Well, would be one of them. But make sure you got food and water, bare minimal. And like I say, you can use your metal trash can and put maybe some radios in there and maybe a laptop or whatever electronics that might be important to you, and put it in a metal trash can. And you can research this stuff, see for yourself. It actually protects it. You got to make sure the lid's on, a metal lid, metal trash. Remember the big metal? They still sell them, and that'll protect you from those gamma rays. But you definitely want to make sure that you have some electronics. If you can afford a satellite phone, great. Walkie-talkie and antenna you can put away. There's a lot of creative things that you can do to save electronics, to safeguard them. But just to think, and a nice little practice, if you haven't been sitting in the dark for any time in recent memory, maybe you didn't get affected by any of the storms this past year, shut off your circuit breaker and see how life feels 5 hours later. But forget about 5 hours. Just do it for two hours. And if you're not convinced, then do it for 5 to 8 hours and so forth. It just kind of gives you a feel of what no AC feels like, with no television, no lights, where you have to revert to batteries, and they don't last forever. And a lot of things run on power. Look around you right now. What do you need that runs on power right now? Everything. Life would come to a standstill. And I am convinced that we're going to be seeing some showdown with North Korea. And I just pray that our B-52s, our military, with those options, whatever it is that we do, we act swiftly, decisively, and we get them before they could ever shoot something our way. Because that's all they would have to do, folks, to set us in the Stone Age. And a lot of Americans, unfortunately, yes, would be meeting an untimely death. It's a lot of mouths to feed, and a lot of folks that would be very desperate, and it'd be insanity. And it would be amazing to see such a prosperous nation fall to its knees, and our enemies would love that in the worst way possible. They'd love it. Cannot give them the advantage. And yes, they should have been at this. The commission, our congressmen should have been pushing this. They are now, but I'm afraid, folks, that they're just not acting fast enough. And, don't think for a moment that the North Koreans or the Iranians, they don't hear this stuff and say, before they're talking about it again, but nothing's being done. They're just having the conversation, saying it could. It just really emboldens them more to be able to do it. It says, yes, we could get away with it. Yes, we could do it. It would change the world. It would change America. Oh, we're very heavily armed. That's true. But unfortunately, our society is reliant upon electricity. Yes, but if you have a generator, you have solar panels, that will be liquid gold. Liquid gold. Make sure you get, if you have those Energy Liberty books, we have the preparedness books that Chuck wrote. They were the best books available that I know that went through all the cycle batteries and the generators. But look into it, seriously. Don't put it aside like some of these commissioners and some of these senators, but the commissioners are bringing it up. A lot of senators falls on deaf ears. And, as the president of the United States, you're probably not going to have Trump come to the microphones and telling Americans and warning them about a possible EMP strike, because people would be really freaking out. But I am telling you here, first and foremost, to prepare. You prepared for the hurricane. You saw people do that. Prepare for this. Because this is an eventuality, folks. The technology's real. People know how to make it happen. Folks, this doesn't have to be a large explosion. It doesn't have to be. ISIS could set one of these things off, folks, above our atmosphere, above North America. It would be all over. All over, folks. So please take my advice and tell me, please, what you have done already. And if there's anything that you could recommend to any of us right now, you can go to forthepeopleshow.com on Facebook and share with America what you're doing right now. And if you've prepared, let us know how you did it. Please share it with all of us so we can get prepared too. Things that we haven't discussed, things that you find as a resource, because that'll help folks be able to prepare for such an eventuality. And it's always best to be prepared. Less stress. You don't want to be stressed out. You want to stay alive. You don't want to give yourself a heart attack. You just want to be ready for a storm. And again, you don't have to look too far for people that weren't prepared for the recent storms that have passed through the islands. They never thought it would reap that much destruction. Well, look what happened. They didn't know that was going to happen. A lot of people, you can wish it away. I hope it doesn't touch us. Hope it doesn't hurt our house, but it did. Hope it doesn't kill me, but it killed people. Folks, take my advice, please. Be ready. There's plenty of people that bought generators during the hurricane, and they were sitting with their lights on, watching their televisions, having their computers on. They had some normacy to their life, and because they were smart. So get prepared. Just be ready, just in case, folks. Don't be a sitting duck. Band together, talk to some people in your neighborhood. And to me, that's the smartest thing. Have some friends that are like-minded. You're going to have some people that are just going to think you're a quack. And that's all right. I must be one of them, right? I think it's smart. I don't think it's just being prepared. There's nothing quacky about it. But if it is, quack, quack, I guess I am one of them. That sounds like Aflac, though, doesn't it? You're listening to For the People. I'm your host, Keith Allen. Our website's forthepeopleshow.com. Back after this.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us. It went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew was I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it. Don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Women Wear Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
And that was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
For the People is there.
Introducing the official For the People coffee mug, featuring the colorful red, white, and blue For the People logo with Keith Allen on a ceramic 11-ounce coffee mug, perfect for any hot beverage of your choice. This mug is a great reminder of what we stand for: God, country, and family, with conservative values and good old-fashioned common sense. To order your For the People coffee mug, pay just $20 plus $3.99 shipping and handling at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And enjoy.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate online at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With all the choices out there to enjoy some entertainment, wouldn't it just be nice to have something that didn't cost an arm or a leg? I found something that does just that. It's called 123 Ready TV. It's one of the most remarkable apps available to start watching all of those movies and TV shows for one incredible price, just $19.99. And that's a one-time only price. Recap: all your movies, current and classic, and sports and news, and so much more. So cut the cable and stop spending money at the movies when you can truly have it all at your fingertips. No commercials, just all the entertainment you desire. 123 Ready TV is available for Windows and all Android devices. Get your 123 Ready TV for just $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page to get yours now and start enjoying entertainment the way it was supposed to be. Fun. It's For the People on the air, and a show that is dedicated to educating. No fake news. If you want some fake news, you can go to Rachel Maddow's show there on MSNBC or CNN. Just horrible network. Terrible stuff. I just got a Facebook message from Bob from forthepeopleshow.com. He says, Maxine Waters is like a crazy old aunt at family gatherings. Everyone cringes when she opens her mouth. You're spot on, Bob. For the People Show on Facebook, by the way, if you'd like to weigh in on what Bob just said. I love that, likening her to a crazy aunt at a family gathering. Yeah, I cringe. I cringe in what she says. But what she said was crazy. Crazy, nutty. She definitely should be reprimanded. There's just no doubt about it. Jimmy Carter right now saying how crazy the liberal media is this way, the treatment on how they handle Donald Trump, the fake news generated. But he should be a little bit critical of Obama and the Clintons and any left liberal that's putting money to the what they call the opposition, for the people that hate, capital H-A-T, hate Donald Trump. And I do not think that it would just be Donald Trump. I think this would be any conservative, real conservative that would be making any kind of change. Forget about just Donald Trump. Conservatives in general, because after 8 years of Barack Obama and the way that he was running America, what he was telling America and deceiving America, this is what we got. This is like all hell's fury. It's like the demons of hell Okay, because that's what a lot of them, they look like. They